Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here. How are you all today? I hope you're having a fabulous week. I've had a pretty good week, also a very busy one. This story just doesn't seem to change, does it? And true to form, I am running a bit behind getting myself organised for the next month. So December is, as you're watching this, December will be tomorrow. Like, we're that close. And I need a journal for my December days. Okay, so normally I'd have a December journal, and so that's what I need. But I do a December days during December. It's like a December daily, if you're familiar with that, but it's my own take on it. So I have, just let me grab it. I have a list of prompts for December days. These are available in my Facebook group, Visual Vibes. They're a freebie. You can go along and grab them. I've designed them so that you can print them out and then cut out them to use as titles or as a label or whatever you like on your page, or you can just use it as a prompt list. So either way, however you'd like to do them, there's some nice decorative paper in the background, so you could cut out pieces of that and use it for collage or whatever. So 2 pages there in that freebies. There's 18, I believe, 18 prompts per page. So designed to more than cover the 31 days of December and gives you a bit of flexibility in what you choose to run with. Okay, so there will be more on that as we go through, but I don't want to spend too much time on that right now because I need to make my journal. So I thought I don't know whether I've done this on camera or not. If I did, it's going to have been quite a while ago. So I thought, let's do this. It's a very quick, easy, simple way to make a journal cover using wallpaper. So I've got this bit of wallpaper here. Now, it doesn't look particularly Christmassy. It is a very pale yellowy green. I don't know whether the camera's picking the colour up accurately. Probably not. But in this wallpaper book, they're all fairly neutral, and I thought this was the closest. And I plan to decorate up the front. Not today. I want to wait until I finish the fussy cut and ephemera kit for December days, and then have a play and make a topper. So maybe we'll do that sometime during December. I've also got a bit of just product leaflet here that I am going to use as the inside. So I'm going to flip my wallpaper over here. I'm going to flip this over here. And first off, I take some double-sided tape and just plaster it around a bit. And I like to use 2 different methods for adhesing. Adhesing. Goodness, what sort of word is that? Adhering. The double-sided tape gives me a really immediate hold, shall we say. So the glue can take its time to dry, and we've got that adherence straight away with the tape. So that's one reason why I use the tape. And a reason I use glue with it is, one, I don't want to plaster the whole thing in tape because that would use like so much tape. Also, the tape might not last as long as the glue. This is only cheap tape. It might not. I haven't tested it. I don't know how long it will last. I mean, it would last several years, I'm sure. But would it last 20 years? I don't know. Possibly not, because it is cheap tape. So the glue just means that it's going to hold permanently. So it's not just relying on the tape. And I also use glue a little bit over top of the tape itself, just because that tape is pretty immediate, and once you've stuck it down, you've got no wiggle room. So if you need to adjust anything, it is down. Putting a little bit of glue over top of the tape just gives you the chance of being able to move it slightly. I hope that makes sense. So now I'm going to go ahead and take all the backing off of the tape. So is this method the best? Probably not. Is it the most reliable? I don't know. Is it my way? Totally, it's my way. But if it helps anybody, if it gives you any ideas, or alternatively, if you have any suggestions on how you do it, I'm all up for learning new things. But this is what I've found, just quick, easy, simple to do, cost effective. You know, you don't need fancy adhesives or anything. I've just got cheap double-sided tape and my tacky glue. PVA would be fine. Just if you're using PVA glue, just go for a good quality one, not a cheap one. They don't all come the same. There are definitely different qualities, and I think some are watered down, so they're pretty much next to useless. And you know, that's probably not going to hold for that long, the ones that are watered down, because there's not a lot of stick left in them, I feel. So a good quality, you know, not super expensive, but a decent PVA glue. So I'm just going to go around here and spread it with glue. Now this is a very fine tip. It probably would be better if I had kind of a bigger tip, but my bottle is basically out. It's got a few drops, my big bottle that I put into these wee bottles, and I need to buy some more, so I'm stuck with this for a wee while because I need to get to the shop to get this glue, because the shop I buy it from doesn't, you can't buy it online from this particular shop, so just have to wait till I can get there to buy a new bottle. Right, so I've covered it with glue. It's got tape on. I'm going to carefully just position it. Now this bit of wallpaper was a smallish bit out of the book, and so I'm just leaving it this size. I'm not going to cut it down any further. Normally I would trim it to about 1.5 inches, and I think, well, this is a couple of inches round on each side. That's good enough for me. Right, that bit's done. Easy peasy so far. Just going to have a sip of my cup of tea because it's half drunk and it's getting cold. No, should I say has gotten cold. Right, so the corners, I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut not right up to the cardboard. I'm going to cut a few millimeters out from on an angle to that corner, and then I'm going to switch it around and do a different angle and come in and cut to that same point. So you're not going straight across. I used to do that, and then years ago, I can't even remember who it was, a video I was watching said to do it on those two different angles and it works better. And I tell you what, she was right. It totally works much better. Gives you a neater finish. So again, so I'm just going to repeat that on all 4 corners, going at the different angles and not going right up to that inside card. If you go right to the edge, it's going to leave a hole that will show. You'll see the card and peeking out of the corner. So if that happens on my journal, it's not the end of the world, it's just my journal. But I do like them to look nice if possible. I don't like little peekabooing packaging on the inside. Okay, so we've got our corners cut out. Now what I like to do is go round and fold up each side and crease it. This is my first step before I glue it down. Because when it comes to sticking it down, it just goes a lot easier if it's pre-creased. So if you've got any wallpaper, I do recommend it as just a really quick, easy way, and quite tough and durable. You know, wallpaper's made to take a few marks, and a splash of water's not going to hurt it. It is a really effective way to cover a journal, and I used to do all my journals in wallpaper. I've I have very much largely gone away from that as I explored other mediums like fabric and collage and stuff. But yeah, the wallpaper, I'm glad to actually revisit it. So if you can pick up a old sample book, sometimes you can get them from a decorating place. If they haven't already passed them on, you might be able to pick one up. Just go in and ask if they've got any. Or, you know, if you see them pop up in a community group, somebody's giving one away or something, grab them because they are so useful. Oh, that's my doorbell. Just a moment, please. Sorry about that interruption, but super exciting. I thought it would be the courier, and it was, because I'm expecting a few things that I've bought online. Some medication and some ink for my printer. But it wasn't either of those things. It was some happy mail, a big box, and I'm just super excited to open it, but I'm in the middle of a video. So I'm gonna have to be like, sit here and just quietly simmering away with anticipation. And I won't say who it's from because I don't know yet whether they want me to do that, so just have to wait and see until I can enjoy opening that after the video. I have no idea what I was saying before the doorbell went, and whatever I was saying's gone completely out of my head because all I can think about is the box that's sitting to my right. It's like, ooh. So get back on track here. I've just put a strip of tape on each side, just one, and I'm going to add my glue, and I'm going to start on the long sides. Now, it doesn't really matter which side you start on, whether you start on the short or the long. Just pick one to start. Some people probably have a preference. I don't know that I do, so I just lately, I haven't been doing this lately, but I typically go the long side first, just because. I don't know, don't ask me why. Then whatever side you choose, whether it's a short or a long, do the opposite side next. So you're doing either the two longs first or the two shorts. But to get a nice finish, do your opposites together. Otherwise you got your corners, I mean, it won't really matter. It just be that your corners will overlap in a different way. Not the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination. But I just like to, you know, I don't know, I guess have a bit of order to things. I'm not completely disorganized. Not totally, you know. There's probably large areas of my life that I'm disorganized in, but some things I'm very particular. Right, and just that combination of glue and tape. The tape helps hold it down, so I'm not having to press it. The tape will hold it while that glue has time to do its job and dry. So now I'm switching to the sides, or as I was calling it before, the short ends. And you can see, whoops, that made me freak out. Something moved and I thought it was a creepy crawly. Thankfully it wasn't. So I had a lovely catch up with my friend on Monday when she arrived over from her home, 2.5 hours ish away. And then on Tuesday we went out and had a coffee, and then she drove into the airport. I was just the passenger, and then she hopped out. So I've got a little bit funky thing going on in that corner. That's okay. And I drove away in her car, so it was the first time I'd driven her car, and it was like straight into it. Like there was no finding my way. It was just like in and away I go. And it's the biggest vehicle I've ever driven. It's got tinted back windscreen and back windows, which I found quite disconcerting. Very dark, so whenever you look in the rear window through the mirror, it was like I had to really look to make sure I was actually seeing through it, because it was just so dark. So I guess it's something you get used to, but I don't know that I particularly liked the tinted windscreen, the rear windscreen. Certainly not used to it. And the brakes, because it's a lot more modern than our own car, the brakes were super touchy, very effective. So that took me a bit to get used to. So I was going very cautiously. Fortunately, the speed limit around the airport is only 30 kilometres, so it's not like I was holding anybody up. I was just going the speed limit and just very gently getting used to the brakes with my ankle too, because things are different with my ankle surgery. You know, I've got to push kind of my whole foot rather than just flex my ankle. So yeah, that was interesting, but it was good. It was very good. Right, now for the inside, I like to cover mine with a bit of paper. So I think I will use one of my digitals from December Days kit. So the journal page kits are available on Etsy now. I had to split them into 2 different kits because of the limits on Etsy of how big are files that you can upload. So I had to do it in 2 parts. So that one part has the, let's see if I can remember which way round. I can't. One has the lined pages and one has the unlined pages, and one of those has the background pages with it, but I can't remember which way around it goes. So if you head along to Etsy, the links, I'll pop those in the description box, then you'll see in the description which way around they go. So these are my journal pages that I've got in the kit. I've printed them off. I have double-sided them. Some I have backed with a different paper. Some of them I have used the lined and unlined version. I'm trying to find one. This one. So for example, this one I've put the unlined version and the lined version back to back. So I just kind of mixed and matched according to what I wanted. So this is unlined and that's lined. So I did that. Yeah. Did that like that. So I'll get back to those in a moment. And these are the background pages, and I just want to pick out one to go on the inside. I'm kind of thinking maybe this one. It's not overtly Christmas. In fact, none of the background pages really are, and that was deliberate to give them, you know, more of a life than just Christmas. They can be used for any project, any time of the year. So definitely there was a lot of deliberateness in these pages. And then the main pages, the lined and unlined versions, are pretty much Christmas. There's the odd one, like maybe the holly berries, that could possibly be any time of year. They could be winter, or botanical. They're not, you know, they could lend themselves to other times of year, but there's several pages that really are only relatable to Christmas. Right, so sorry I didn't get this done beforehand, but it's only one page, so we'll take care of it now so I can get this in. Right, that's done. Right, so that's going to just go in there, hopefully centered. Again, I'm just going to put some tape and I use quite a bit of tape, like I don't mind going all the way across because it is only cheap tape. It's only $2 a roll and it goes quite a long way, so I'm not shy about using a good amount. But if you're using an expensive one, you probably don't need to use as much because it's got you know, a better stickability. Right, and just for good measure, I'm going to just put a strip through the centre there. Just, oh, sticking myself to it. Right, so again, fascinating, isn't it? Just watching me peel up the backing off tape, adding glue and sticking something down. I hope this is worthwhile for you guys. But I'm excited to get my journal ready to go. It's like, I feel like everything's at the last minute at the moment. And it's nobody's fault but my own. Just like deciding to make a full-on digital kit a couple of weeks out from when it's needed, or actually less than that, you know, is probably not all that wise on my part. But I was inspired and I just wanted to do it. And I was going great guns until my computer started being silly. And yesterday it took me, what, half an hour just to close things down so I could close my computer, because it was not reacting, like it wasn't responding. I'd try and save something and it just wouldn't do anything. So it was actually doing something in the background. It was processing that request to save. But again, my fault. I hadn't shut my computer down for days. I just kept leaving it open and leaving all my files open so I could easily return to them and keep working, until it got to the point where my computer says, I've got no memory left. It was at 90%, would you believe? You know, 90% of its processing memory. And it just simply didn't have any room to do stuff. And so it's my own fault. It took me half an hour to shut it down. And so last night I was hoping to get some stuff done, and all I got done was shutting the computer down. By that time it was like 8 o'clock last night, and hubby had gone out and he was due home at 8 o'clock. And it's like, yeah, that's it for the night. I'm not getting anything else done apart from giving my poor computer a bit of a break. A bit of a break. I was going to say rest and break together, and it came out weird. Right, just check. No real right up or down, so that looks good to me. Just pop that down there. Oops. There. That's where that glue on top of the tape just gave me a little moment to adjust before it grabbed. Here we go. I love that. I think that looks so cool. Okay. So let's pop that aside to dry before I try folding it. Just give it another press. I can put book corners on to take care of any funkiness at the corners, or not. It's just my journal. I did press play, record. Yes, I did. I was like, did I press that when I got back from the doorbell? Right. Just have a sip of my tea. It's not coffee. Right, so I have cut down pages. I've got 6, I think. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sure I had 6. Oh well, we'll sort that. We'll sort that if I can't find it. I'm sure I had a 6th page. Anyway, let's go and fold these and decide what order I want them in. So this is the light strings. So I'm putting that with the lined side out. Just, I don't know, because that's what I did. So this one is poinsettias. I do believe it goes up that way. Again, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. This one goes up this way though, so it does go up that way. I might put the lined side on the inside. this is probably one of my favorite background pages that I did. I love the colors and the design. It would be really pretty in a botanical journal or something. Even a boho actually might work. Right, this is the holly berries with the little bows, and I did the non-lined version. So let's go lined side out. No real rhyme or reason, I'm just choosing, making a choice. Okay, this is the poinsettia page without the lines, and it's backed with the bauble page. So I love doing this line of baubles. That was really fun. I've used this poinsettia one as a background page. I think I'll put the lines outside on this one as well. And this one, beautiful little birdies on the blue page. And I'm thinking of this one for the front page because it's got Season's Blessings down here on the banner. So that'll be the very first page in my journal, which I think is just a nice sentiment to start December with. So that will be the front page. This one is a background page and these beautiful Christmas deer. Do I want those in the middle? Not sure. I'm going to fold them towards the middle so I can choose that option, because there's another page I'm thinking of for the middle as well. So another background page with these cute elves. I just think these are the sweetest, most adorable little elves. I think they're cute. And this background page is actually the same page as the background for the elves. So, you know, if you don't use the lines to write on, you can just put a photo over top or something. This is another page I was thinking about for the middle. I thought that would look rather cool. And the green version of that yellow background page. So each background page, there's 3 designs and they come in 2 different colours. So this is the green version and this was the yellow version. Okay. This is the other one I was thinking about for the middle, so and it's going to be hard to choose. I think that's a super cute little train. Maybe I'll put the unlined side to the middle on this one. And then the holly with the berries, and I've used the same design, lined and unlined on this one. So we'll just fold it this way because that's how I'm holding it. So that's 10 pages in total. Right. So we've got our first page here. Let's pop in one of these other pages. And then maybe an elf. Super cute. Not sure how often I'll have to. I think, do we want the deer in the middle? How cute. I think I'll just put them there for now. And then we'll put another page in. And let's go our holly. Maybe the Christmas tree in the middle. I think this is the Christmas tree. Do we want the baubles? Yep, let's go the baubles. Then we'll pop this in here. And this one, I'm not really worried too much about which way round they go. Do we want the light strings? Maybe that one. Let's go this one. food colouring guide. Then the light strings, and then the berries. And then that one, I need 16 pages, and then the Christmas tree in the middle, because I think that's going to look just really pretty. So let's count up. I think I've only got 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, come on. 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, I've only got 15. So let's just grab out a piece of coffee dyed paper, and that'll be our 16th page. Lots of lovely speckles on this one. Fun. Now where do we want it? Maybe in there. I'm not being too fussed on which order. Just my front and my back were mostly what I was concerned about, and then just making sure I sort of spaced out those other pages. And that is going to go really nicely with this, which I hadn't actually planned. But good choice. Right, this should be fine now. I'm just going to, it'll buckle a bit, but that's okay because I haven't covered it in glue entirely, so there's ear gaps. That's okay. Squish it down. It'll be good to go. Let's give it a nice crease. And yeah, a bit of buckling, it's all good. It doesn't really show up hugely. You can, you know, see it up close and you can feel it, but it's really no big issue. Not for me anyway. Right, find our middle. Line it up in that spine, and I'm going to clip it in with some little clips. Just making sure, pushing it in that towards that spine as much as possible. I usually do this and then get to the end and adjust things because it's like, it's not into the spine exactly how I'd like. Oops. Let's pop that one. Ew, I've got something looks like wax or something in there. Looks a bit funny. Don't know how it would have got wax on it, but I do. It's probably off my wax cord, which I keep in the same box. It's probably transference. So I'm using my neutral sort of, it's called khaki, but I would not call this khaki. It's more sort of a light tan or beige, probably a bit darker than beige, but so 3 times the height of my pages. And this one is very, very waxy. That's that. So it's probably that on my clip was probably off this roll, because yeah, it's super waxy, that one, which means it holds really well. Okay, we need a needle, and that's got a fuzzy end on it, so I'm just gonna trim that little bit off. Where'd my needle go? Oh, there it is. Right, thread that up ready. Got my foam block here that I like to poke into, and my awl. Yeah, no, I was not happy with how that's sitting, so let's try and adjust. I think things moved on me. And they're not quite reaching. I think I need to get some bigger clips actually. not quite reaching down to where my pages are, but let's just go with it. We'll make it work, and just eyeballing approximate locations for my holes. All my pages are roughly the same height, so I'm not worried about not catching anything. Right, holes done. Very quick, very rough. This, I take a bit more care, or a lot more care, if I'm making a journal for sale. But this is just my December journal, so it'll be absolutely fine. Right, holding that tail and coming in at the bottom. Ooh, come on, come through there. There we go. Unfortunately, because it is waxed, it, you know, can take a little bit extra effort to pull it through. Now back through that middle hole, try not to catch this other string, otherwise it will provide issues. And then back in the opposite end, or I shouldn't say back end, but through the opposite end. Then pass it under that first one. And before I take it off, I'm just going to check that I can actually tighten it. Which, if I can tighten it, I haven't caught that thread in the middle. If it won't tighten, then I've caught it somehow with the needle. Right, it's all good. So, right, nice and tight as I can without tearing anything. And just going to tie a double knot. And I'll decide some other time what I want to do with those strings. There we go. We have our journal bound together. Where did I put my box? Oh, I put it away. I just grabbed everything out and put the box away. So I'll just have to pile this all to the side of my desk. Right. So that is my December journal basically together. So I want to do something fun for the cover because, you know, it's not very Christmassy, is it? So we'll fix that over time. Let's have a wee flick through. I think it's so cute. I'll cover over these dates with something. I don't care if these lines don't match up. They actually don't do too badly. Looking at that, some of them probably are worse than others, but I just think it's turned out so cute. So much fun. I get a lot of pleasure out of seeing a new journal together, even before it's decorated. It's just like so satisfying because you've made a book, like it's an actual book. Very simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch, but it's bound together. It's, you know, all folds over and flows, and just something so wonderful about the whole process. Just loving it. Right, something I don't think I've done on camera is put book corners on. So I think I might do that, so that you can see how I do it. Did I end up with, oh no, that's the other side. So I've got Season's Blessings at the end and Season's Blessings at the beginning. So that's actually kind of cool. So I have these silver book corners. I'll need to check that they are big enough to go over. So for about 4. Just make sure they fit. They should, but you know, yep, they will work perfectly. So with these, I need a pair of pliers. I like to put a bit of glue in here. Just tacky glue with these fine tips is perfect. I used to use a really strong glue, but I ran out and I didn't get any more, so I just tried this and it seems to work fine. So just a bit of glue in there, slide it in place, and then I like to start from the middle. Other people I've seen like to start from the outside, but I've found it doesn't work as well for me. So if you do these, just play around and see what works for you. And there we go. That's it. As easy as that. So I'll just go around and do all 4. So I've done 1. Something's rattling. I'm sorry if that's annoying you like it is me. I think it's because I just piled that stuff up on the corner of my desk and it's just kind of being a pain. Okay, so glue in, pop it on the corner, and I'm holding the side that I'm not crimping and then pushing in and crimping down the other side. And then same, I use my thumb and push in. If you don't kind of hold it, then you'll find the other side will pop out and then it will leave a gap. Took me the longest time to work out a way to avoid that, and this is the way I avoid it. I'd start in the middle and go towards the outside edge. Right, number 3. And then if it does poke out a little bit like that one does, just kind of push it in. There we go. Last one. See, it doesn't take a long, does it? Not too long at all. And the glue's just an extra precaution against it coming off anywhere. There we go. 4 done. And I just love that little detail of book corners. I think it just makes it really cool. Okay, there we go. There is my December Days journal all ready to go, which is coming right at us, isn't it? December, my goodness. Are we ready? Well, I'm a little bit more ready than what I was. So do go and check out the kits that are now listed on Etsy. Because I've had to break them down into smaller kits, I have got them listed at a lower price than normal. Because as a whole, it's quite a large kit, so it was probably inevitable that it was going to have to go in multiple kits. But there you go. As I grow and expand and experiment, what I'm doing is growing as well, both in, I hope, quality and size, you know, number of pages. There's 26 pages total in this kit, split between 2 kits. So that's quite a number of pages to play with. My biggest one yet. So again, don't forget the December Days prompts, which are over in Visual Vibes. There will be some freebies coming out in various places once I've had a chance to do them. I'm still working on the ephemera and fussy cut kits to go with this, which will go up on Etsy when they're ready, and I'll let you know in a video as well. Yeah, but go grab these prompts if you're interested, even if you don't want to do every single day, if you just want to have them available for some inspiration, or add them into a journal you're making or your December journaling, however you'd like to use them. Do go and grab them, and with my blessing. Okay, thank you so much for being with me. I hope you enjoyed watching me put my journal together, and I hope you're getting excited for December Days, because I am. I'm also freaking out a little, like it's right around the corner. It's coming up right in my face. Okay, enough chit chat. Take care everyone, and I'll see you back for another video real soon. Bye for now.